Hey Bulldogs, Chris Bryant here. Got a CCNA video practice question and lab for you on OSPF. We've got a lot going on in today's video, and we're going to be hitting the practice exam question and the lab here in about 20 seconds. I quickly want to thank you for naming me as one of Udemy's top 20 instructors. They're giving me a little bit more money, so I'm paying that forward to you and giving you a serious discount on my 2012 video boot camp for the CCNA. You can follow this link, I'll have it in the YouTube description as well, or you can just go out to the Udemy site itself for the CCNA course and just put in the coupon code TONG, and that is going to take 20% off the price right there. So let's go ahead and jump into today's question. Which of the following is a factor when OSPF routers form an adjacency? Hello time, process ID, dead time, stub flag setting, router ID, all of the above, or finally, none of the above. So the question is phrased a little strangely. I'm not really saying to you, hey, which of the following just matters when OSPF routers form an adjacency. I like to make the questions a little more formal sometimes because we know that's the way they can look on the exam as well. Now, if you want to pause the video and think about your answer for a few seconds, go ahead. But we're going to go ahead right now into a discussion, and we'll bring up the live equipment as well because I want you to see this in action. Now let's just go from top to bottom. Does the hello time matter when OSPF routers are attempting to form an adjacency? Now let's bring up the live equipment here, because what I've got is a simple adjacency between two routers, routers 2 and 3 in this case, over an Ethernet segment. But I really want you to be familiar with this command. I know that when you're studying OSPF for your CCNA, it gets overwhelming. I know there's a lot there, a lot of show commands. This is one that gets overlooked. Show IP OSPF interface and then followed by the interface name. But there is a wealth of information right here. And I love this command, and when I'm doing troubleshooting real world or in a lab, this is usually the first OSPF command I'm going to run. Here are the defaults for a broadcast network, 10 and 40, hello 10, dead 40. And what we're going to do is change that. Let's go ahead and verify the neighbor relationship, and you can see right there. And dead time is 32 seconds. We should see that renew right. On a broadcast segment, you should not see that dip below 30 seconds. Because if your dead time is 40 seconds, but your hello is 10, that means you're expecting a hello packet every 10 seconds. So let's do what we do in a lab and change that. I'm going to run IP OSPF hello and change it to 15. And you can see the timer did change, hello 15. Notice also that the dead time changed. That's a dynamic change. When you change the OSPF hello, the dead timer is going to automatically adjust to that, and dead timer will be 4 times the hello timer. So let's see if that has messed with our adjacency yet. Yeah, the dead time's already down to 11 seconds, so that is a dangerous thing. And in about 5 seconds, it's going to drop because the hello and dead timers between two potential OSPF neighbors have to match. And there goes our adjacency. I'll scroll over and show you the rest of that. It's even going to say dead timer expired. And the reason it expired is that it started getting hello packets where the timers did not match. So hello time and dead time definitely matter. Now, let's go back to process ID. Does that matter between two routers trying to form an adjacency? And the fact is, it really doesn't. Here's that process ID again, and that is set with the router OSPF command, router OSPF 5, however you want to set it. Be careful with this one, because in EIGRP, when you use the router EIGRP command, the number that follows that is the autonomous system number, and that has to match between two potential EIGRP neighbors. But in OSPF, that number is the process ID, and that does not have to match between two potential neighbors. So far, hello time, yes. Process ID, no. Dead time, yes. Stub flag setting, definitely. This has to be agreed upon between two routers before they can form an OSPF adjacency, because one's going to be saying the area is stub, the other one's going to be saying, well, it's not, and that is going to end up with a dropped adjacency. Now, router ID, the dreaded OSPF RID. And I say that because you got to learn all these rules about the OSPF RID, and of course you have to know how to hard code it. I've got some YouTube videos out there if you're unfamiliar with that or need a refresher. But the important thing for this question is that the RID really doesn't matter when two routers are trying to form an adjacency. It's not like they have to match or anything. You really don't want routers with the same OSPF RID. So again, you can see that value right next to process ID. And there you go. So again, that is not, it's an important value for your exam. It's an important value to know for OSPF configs, but it's not something that has to match between potential OSPF routers, potential neighbors. So going from top to bottom, hello time has to match. It is a factor. Process ID, couldn't care less. Dead time has to match. Stub flag setting has to match. Router ID does not have to match. So that is it for today's video question and lab. If you're working on your CCNA, stick around for just a second. Just a quick reminder that I've got some free books coming to Amazon and plenty of other ebook sites starting in August. Even if you're comfortable with hex conversions, you always need a little more practice. And this hex conversions book is actually going to be free, and I've actually bumped that up to about 100 practice questions. So I know you'll enjoy that, and watch out for that on our YouTube channel. I'll announce it there as well as our website and our blog. Thanks again for making TBA the success it is and making us part of your Cisco certification success story. I'm Chris Bryant, and I'll see you tomorrow with another brand new video.